determine all the normal force in this bunch of pictures over here. So we have, okay, let's figure it out. Actually, I'll draw it here itself. So one is we have a force against gravity. So one would be this. And the other will be a force against this 30 Newton. This 30 Newton is pushing, but the object is not moving. It's because of this surface, the vertical surface. And that vertical surface is pushing in this direction. So it's not only this, actually, we need to figure out the force as well. So now, how much will this be? If the object is kept, the acceleration that is pulling it down will be pointing downwards, and it will be equal to that of the weight of the object. So for it not to move, how much should this force be? So this is, say, N1, and say this is Fn2. Okay, I'll go to the details of it so that it makes more sense. So assuming that object is not moving, let's start with the vertical components. Vertical component. The first thing is, since it's not moving, the F net along the y-axis will be equal to 0. And F net is nothing but sum of all the forces, say, along the y-axis will be equal to 0. What are all the forces that is acting on the object along the y-axis? One is your gravitational pull, mg, right? If I take up and write as positive, so let's have this. So this will be mg post submission, yeah. This is minus mg plus Fn1, the normal force. Both have to be equal to 0. So if I rearrange, this will be m into g. So 4 into 10, 40 Newton. So I'm considering g as 10. So 40 Newton in the upward direction. So this is pointing up. Pointing up. Now we don't have space over there. Okay, let me actually continue here itself. Horizontal component. So here too we have the net force along the horizontal should be equal to 0 because there is no acceleration. And so F, this is 30 Newton. Fn2, I'm calling it as 2, right? Oh no, this is not the normal force, my bad. The normal force has to be opposite, supporting the object from moving against this force. So this is Fn2. My bad if I confused you guys over there. So Fn2 minus 30 is equal to 0. Why minus 30? I'm considering left as negative and right as positive. This will be minus 30 is equal to 0. Therefore, you have Fn2 is equal to 30 Newton pointing to right. So without those two forces, the object will accelerate. Without Fn1 and Fn2, the object will accelerate. Okay, so that's that. Now let's talk about this. So first is we'll talk about object apple. the force acting on the apple, the normal force acting on the apple. As per all of this discussion, specifically this actually, assuming none of them are moving, since they're just placed, they're not moving. So the normal force will be equal to that of the weight of this fruit. So that will be your, for all the cases actually. So this is your normal force for all the cases. Then it's just a matter of calculating it. Now, the normal force that the object 1 will experience will be 200 by 1000 into 10 Newton pointing up. Right? Similarly, the second one will be, actually we do have only two normal force. The second object will experience, so we have 1.4 kg into 10 Newton pointing up. Okay, so those are the two normal forces that you get to see in this diagram. But yeah, the first one gives you guys a good picture about how all a normal force can be. It's not only against gravity, it can be against any other force as well.